Good evening, teacher. Hello, everybody. We are Group 3 with 4 members from Class 25E1. We love dogs, especially Mr. Đào Xuân Định. And coincidentally, in the USA, there is a famous dog breed from Alaska, the Alaskan Malamute. They became an important symbol of Alaska because it has played a vital role in the state's history and culture. Therefore, we wanted to explore how Alaska's harsh and isolated geography shaped the history and culture, giving rise to one of its most famous icons, the Alaskan Malamute.
Morning, everyone. My name is Hoàng, and I will be covering the first part of our group presentation today, the geography of Alaska. Let's start with a general geographical profile. Where exactly is Alaska located? It sits in the extreme northwest corner of North America, making it part of the western U.S. region. Interestingly, it is what we call an exclave, meaning it is geographically separated from the contiguous United States by Canada. Its borders are massive, and it is surrounded by the Arctic Ocean to the north, the Pacific Ocean to the south, and it even shares a maritime border with Russia across the Bering Strait. When we look at the natural environment, Alaska's topography is both extremely rich and vast. It features Denali, which is the highest peak in North America. The landscape is also filled with immersed glaciers, it frosts thousands of lakes, and expansive flat tundras. Naturally, the climate here is highly diverse, but predominantly extreme. In the south, you will find an oceanic or maritime climate that is milder and wet. Moving to the interior, it becomes Socratic as the North experience is a true Arctic climate. Because of this, the state's residents experience long, dark, freezing winter, followed by very short, cool summer. Because of this hot environment, Alaska has a very unique population profile. It is the largest U.S. state by area, but paradoxically, it is the least densely populated, with roughly only 730,000 residents. Most of the population is concentrated in major hubs like Anchorage, which is the largest city, and Juneau, the capital. A very important demographic feature is the strong and vibrant presence of Alaska Native people, who make up over 15% of the population. Many of the indigenous communities still live in remote of the Great Village. Moving on to history, Alaska history is deeply connected to its land. Long before the 18th century, it was inhabited for thousands of years by indigenous people, such as the Inuit, Yupik, and Tlingit. The group relied heavily on sled dogs for survival and transport. Fast forward to 1867, the US purchased Alaska from Russia for just $7.2 million, a deal originally mocked as somewhat folly. However, one hundred, in the late 1800, the Cockeye and Alaska Gold Rush brought a massive influx of prospectors. We note this area as is crucial to our topic. This gold rush skyrocketed the demand for strong resident sled-lock. Later on, Alaska officially became the 49th U.S. state in 1959. Shortly after the discovery of oil at Redwood Bay in 1968, drastically transformed its modern economy. Today, Alaska economy is heavily dependent on natural resources due to its geography. This specifically includes the oil and gas industry, commercial fishing for salmon and crab, and ecotourism. Culturally, the state is deeply rooted in a frontier survivalist ethos. Because of the isolating snow and freezing temperature, traditional mode of living evolved differently here. For example, dog mushing, like the famous Iditarod trait, slash race, remain a major cultural sport. It serves as a historical callback to a time when dog was the only reliable winter transportation. To wrap up my selection, let's look at the icon and symbol display. The state flag features the Big Dipper and the North Star, symbolizing its northernmost geographic location. Denali means the Great One, stand as a symbol of the state untapped wilderness. And finally, the Alaskan Malamute is the official state dog. It stands as a living symbol of Alaska history, endurance, and the partnership between human and nature in an extreme geographic setting. And this perfectly sets the stage for our next presentation.
Good evening, teacher. My name is Nguyễn Thị Bính. Today, I'm going to talk about the Alaskan Malamute, one of the oldest and strongest Arctic sled dog breeds in the world. This breed is famous for its strength, endurance, intelligence, and friendly personality. Unlike racing sled dogs, the Alaskan Malamute was bred to pull heavy loads over long distances rather than run at high speed. Today, it is not only a working dog, but also a loyal family companion. In this presentation, I will explain its origin, its role in Alaska, and why it is still popular today. The Alaskan Malamute originated in northwestern Alaska thousands of years ago. It was developed by the Malamute people, indigenous tribe living in this region. Because Alaska has an extremely cold climate with long winters and heavy snow, and tribe needed strong dogs to help them survive. They carefully selected dogs with powerful bodies, thick double coats, great endurance, and calm personalities. Over many generations, these characteristics became the main features of the Alaskan Malamute. The Alaskan Malamute played an important role in daily life of Arctic communities. Before modern transportation, people depended on these dogs to pull heavy sled across snow and ice. They transported food, tools, firewood, and other supplies between villages. They also helped hunters carry equipment and transport large animals after hunting. Thanks to their strength, loyalty, and endurance, they became an essential partner for people living in the Arctic. The Alaskan Malamute became widely known during the Alaska Gold Rush in the late 19th century. During this period, thousands of miners traveled to Alaska in search of gold because there were few roads and the weather was extremely cold. People depended on sled dogs to transport food, equipment, and other supplies. The Alaskan Malamute was highly valued because it was strong, reliable, and able to pull heavy loads over long distances. It also played an important role in Arctic exploration, helping explorers travel safely across frozen landscapes. In the 20th century, the Alaskan Malamute was officially recognized as a distant dog, although modern vehicles have replaced sled dogs for transportation. The breed remains highly respected because of its history and remarkable abilities. Today, the Alaskan Malamutes are popular around the world. They are used as working dogs, participate in dog shows, and are loved as loyal family pets. Their intelligence, gentle personality, and strong bond with people continue to make them one of the most admired Arctic dog breeds.
The Alaskan Malamute has a large and muscular body. Adults measure as about 63 pound 5 centimeters tall and weighs around 38 kg, while females are slightly smaller. This strong body allows the dog to pull heavy sled over long distances. In Alaska, where snow covers the ground for many months, sled was an important means of transportation. Therefore, the Malamute's body structure is well adapted to the region's snowy and icy terrain. The Malamute has a thick scalp coat that protects it from Alaska Arctic climate. The inner layer keeps the body warm, while the outer layer protects against snow, strong wind, and moisture. The oats allows the dog to work outdoors even in extremely lower temperature. Its coat color such as gray, black, red, and sable also has it blends into snow and rocky landscape. The Alaskan Malamute have several adaptations that helps it survive in the Arctic. Its both heat and strong body support has worked its cold condition. Its area helps it stay alert outdoor. The bushy tail keeps the dog warm by covering its nose while resting. Its wide paw works like snowshoe, helping it walk on deep snow without sinking. The characteristic show how the Alaskan Malamute has adapted to Alaska cold climate, snowy landscape, and long winter. This is why it has been an important working dog for people living in the Arctic for centuries.
Hello everyone, my name is Ngọc Bảo. Now I would like to talk about the personality and behavior of the Alaskan Malamute. First, let's look at their personality. One of the most noticeable traits of the Alaskan Malamute is that it is friendly and loyal. In Alaska, dog breeds that were cooperative, friendly, and easy to work with were kept and bred over many generations. This led to the friendly and loyal personality of Alaskan Malamute. In fact, Malamutes are so friendly that they are not considered good guard dogs because they are totally harmless towards strangers. Another important characteristic is their intelligence. The Alaskan Malamute ranks around 15th among the world's most intelligent dog breeds. They have excellent problem-solving skills and can learn commands quickly. In Alaska's challenging environment, these dogs can recognize weak eyes, find safe roads through deep snow, and remember long travel paths. Their ability made them reliable and trustworthy for partners for humans. Now, let's move on to their typical behaviors. One unique behavior of the Alaskan Malamute is that it howls much more than it barks. In Alaska's vast snowy wilderness, dog teams were often separated in distance. Seeing a howl can travel much farther than a bark. It became a more effective way to communicate. Malamutes use howling to locate other dogs, identify their position, and warn the pack of possible dangers. Another common behavior is their digging instinct. To survive the extreme cold, Malamutes naturally dig holes in the snow to create shelters. These shelters protect them from strong winds, help keep their bodies warm, provide a comfortable place to sleep, and even serve a storage of food. Finally, Alaskan Malamutes are extremely energetic and have a strong pulling instinct. For hundreds of years, they were bred to pull heavy sleds across long distance in snowy conditions. They could travel dozens of kilometers every day for many hours without being exhausted. Because of this long history as sled dogs, they still require plenty of daily exercise today. Without enough physical activity, they can easily become bored and develop destructive behaviors. To sum up, Alaska's unique geography has shaped not only the lives of its people but also one of its most famous symbols, the Alaskan Malamute. We hope our presentation has helped you better understand the close relationship between geography of Alaska and the Alaskan Malamute. Thanks for your attention.